EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to one of our favorite spots, venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Just a short time ago, this crowd loud enough to shake the foundations of this nearly century-old building. They are ready for football indeed in Chicago as their guys get set to do battle with the Arizona Cardinals. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. Here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On first down, Herbert, and he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They will run for the first time with David Montgomery. And this will be a Bears first down as he's got this past the 35 to about the 37.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Switch.
Montgomery. And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
On 2nd and 7, Fields. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Well, if there is a certainty in this game, we know that wherever he goes, he's going to draw a big-time crowd.
Throws into double coverage there, and look, that's something that he's going to have to deal with a lot in this game, I'm sure.
Yeah, they were lucky to get away with that one where it just fell incomplete, but they're going to count on it.
The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. A.J. Epinesa able to get him down for a loss of 11, and it brings up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. They'll run with a former Tar Heel, T.J. Logan. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep. He'll have a first down past the 40. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
And that's something you have to get ready for defensively, because in today's NFL, Teams will use their wide receivers on jet sweeps, end arounds. They'll move them back in the backfield and make them running backs. Partner, this was much more of a tap pass, but effective nonetheless.
And I think both guys love it. If you're a quarterback, it's an easy completion. If you're a wide receiver, you get the easy reception and also a chance to try to make a play with your feet. Roquan Smith, the Bears' leading tackler last year, up to make the play. 2nd and 9. Here's Jackson to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Logan. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield, and he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. And he's got the hook up to Moore. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. Well, this defense for the Bears, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one, but 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
Play action. It's Jackson. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on 1st down. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
On 2nd down now, it's Logan. And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
But what they're seeking with an RPO is space for the receiver to make a catch and then make a play downfield, but there wasn't any space available, thus the incompletion.
Cliff Kingsbury, part of that new breed of head coaches, and his guys are going to go for it. Jackson now. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And the Bears are going to take over here up near the 40. Really nice pick there for the reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week. And a good story on that. He said he didn't even know he won the award. His buddy had to call him. He saw it on television and said, hey, congratulations. How about that?
And I'll bet you his buddy said, well, since you didn't know, I'll just go ahead and claim the award, right? And everything that goes along with it. But the reason he won the award the previous week and what we just saw there, instincts, understanding where the play is going and being able to make a play on the football. Give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. And he was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice game.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. David Montgomery, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah. Will they make up for it? So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They go play action with Jackson. He'll buy some time right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. This one caught by Isabella. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Every now and then I can speak from experience because I do know, as a defender, it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play, that worked quite well.
That'll be caught. It's Isabella. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Obi Melifonwu. And the Bears are going to have it here just past the 25.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. A give to Montgomery out of the gun. And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. 67 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. You talked about the need for them to establish the run early. They've been able to do that here in the first half.
And that means that the whole offense has adopted that attitude and that persona. We're going to take care of this young quarterback. Let's all get together and run it and take the pressure off.
And Fields going to have the first down before sliding to a halt to avoid the contact.
He was able to get away earlier in the drive, but apparently all the time they put in practice finally came to the front, didn't it? They remembered their lessons and found a way to contain him when he took off on that one.
They'll run on first down. It's Montgomery. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Running left, Montgomery. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
On first down, it's Fields. Open man is Kmet, the tight end. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
To throw again on second down. Fields. He'll leave it for Montgomery complete. They'll get to him just inside the 15-yard line. And even after that fancy footwork we saw, a good job defensively to recover. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up 3rd downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I'm guarantee you it started in the offseason. 3rd down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
Watch the whip. Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Check 26. Check 26.
First down, they run again. Here's Montgomery. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. David Montgomery with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Bears will add on to their lead. Santos with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Logan. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season, because right now, 4,000 is not out.
I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of...
And that is caught by Brown for a Cardinal touchdown. Marquise Brown hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Cardinals get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Now Matt Prater for the point after. And that one makes it 14-7. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue. And Fields going to have the first down before sliding to a halt to avoid the contact. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. On play action, Fields. Deep ball for Goodwin. And that is incomplete.
And just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Now Fields. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. This is brought in at the 21. So we come upon halftime here at Soldier Field with the Bears out in front, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, it'll be the Cardinals who get the ball first. They trail here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. And no run back here as the 3rd quarter will commence with a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you, because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? And now look at this, big gain but a fumble. And this is picked up by the Bears. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now, hotly contested in the 3rd quarter. There goes a deep ball, end zone. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. A great effort there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Bears are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
That, don't you?
All game long, They've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
On second down, it's Logan. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
So, CD, you talk about this football team, some of the whispers and reports, the social media posts, they hint at a locker room that's splintered, badly splintered. There was talk earlier, some guys might walk away entirely, but that hasn't happened, however, at least to this point.
No, and sometimes some of that talk is just that, talk. I mean, guys often say, that's it, I'm out of here, and then they realize, I'm not ready to retire yet. What am I going to do now? And they're really ready to come back and dive back in. In fact, we've got guys who are wearing gold jackets in the Hall of Fame that talked about retirement the last 6-7 years of their careers. So that's not always real. And sometimes you just have to go ahead and ride it out. And this is an opportunity now for everyone in this locker room to move forward.
Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second.
Well, we've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away for pretty good yardage. At that time, they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of this. Let's play it the right way and get him on the ground before he does any damage.
On third down, Jackson. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Moore.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. On first down, Logan. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Just like that. Just like that.
Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
And Jackson going to have the first down as he will get to the ground to avoid the contact. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
This is Logan. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
But the passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
From the gun, Jackson. Escaping the pressure right.
And Jackson's so tough to stop. He's got a first down, and he gives himself up there at the end.
Now that's disappointing for the defense. They had the advantage, had excellent coverage all over the field, but they let him get away, scramble, and pick up a first down, and inside the 5-yard line.
Now they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. On the carry, it's Logan. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. T.J. Logan. His 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Cardinals are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter. Now Prater to add the PAT. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Back now at Soldier Field. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. You can see this quite a bit on running plays with the guys out wide. A lot of times, though, it doesn't get caught.
You're exactly right, because it's away from the play usually, so a lot of it goes undetected. But I know this will surprise you. I coach some receivers in the offseason. We work a lot on hand placement and blocking downfield. Might want to take that course.
To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. Now, they tried to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be 3rd down. The Bears on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. A play fake, now Fields to throw. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. A huge play there for Chicago. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll run on 1st down. Montgomery. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards. I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
Back to Montgomery on 2nd down.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Fields. Man open, it's Goodwin. And this defense rallies, and they stop him short of the 1st down right near the 24. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. They snap it to Fields.
Eluding the pressure right. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. On 1st down, it's Logan. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Play action. Now Jackson. Sliding out of the pocket. He finds his man. Complete. That's Logan. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Jackson to the right side, and he's got more. Complete. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
He's going deep for Brown.
Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted.
Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They get the crucial turnover, just huge, but now they've got the football deep in their own territory, and you got to be careful because if you give it right back, there goes your lead.
Have to be extremely happy with their defense. They received a gift, that takeaway. Even though they're deep in their own territory, now they have the football. And you know there's always that alpha on defense, that grouchy guy. Forget what the coaches said. I'll guarantee you, he told the quarterback, we just took care of you. Now you take care of us.
On the carry, it's Montgomery. They'll rumble for about 6, up across the 20 to the 22. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. On 2nd down, Montgomery. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here.
And this will be a Bears 1st down as he's able to take this up to the 30-yard line.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Montgomery hit, and the ball is loose, and the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. But he has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game.
2nd and 5. Jackson.
That ball complete to Isabella. And down in inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go.
Throwing, Jackson.
Flush to his right, and he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
And once he got out of the pocket, you thought that maybe he'd take off with it, especially here in the 2-minute drill. Sometimes defenses will focus so much downfield that there's room to run, but this time he decided to throw it unsuccessfully.
Second and 10. Now Jackson.
And this ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime.
And now remember, all touchdowns are reviewed, and in a tight game like this, they're going to take a good long look at it. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21-all the score as the kick's away. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Here's Fields. Able to complete it to Montgomery. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly.
The kicks away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
158 yards rushing for him now as he was just trying to will his guys to an overtime victory.
Now a first throw here in overtime. Escaping the pressure right. The catch made by James O'Shaughnessy, the tight end. This is a big spot for a rookie QB in overtime. It's kind of where you earn your stripes, isn't it?
It really is, and we've talked with enough coaches and players about how these youngsters are getting into the game and playing at such a high level so early. But overtime, that's an entirely different animal, and he's handling it well.
Yeah, starting to put together a nice drive. They'll run on first down. Montgomery, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. A shotgun snap, Fields. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 21.
Brandon, that's a huge completion there. It puts them in field goal range, but let's face it, they don't want 3 here. They want 6. With these overtime rules, a touchdown finishes it off.
Yeah, looking to win it right away. Good to know, though, that they have 3 in their back pocket if they need it. On first down, it's Montgomery, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. Now the timeout comes here in the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. Now the timeout comes here in the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. Santos' kick is up and through, and with it they have taken the lead. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Bears, they continue to be one of the best teams around as they move to 10-2. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for the